Hi, this is Greg Lounsberry with Lounsberry Pedals. I make a lot of overdrive products, but they're all based on power amp designs, guitar amp designs. So everything is FET based. It's multi-stage preamp with gain staging. The nice thing about it is you get the kind of playing dynamics you would get by playing through a good amp. And one of the great things about this pedal is you can set your touch response and get your complete guitar dynamics that you want with this pedal. And you can put it in your pocket, go to a gig with any backline, and find any amp that can play loud and clean, and you're ready to do a gig. Another thing about it is that much like a good guitar amp, you can turn this thing on and play the entire gig. The touch response is such that you can get your clean sound, your crunch sound, your saturated sound, all without ever turning the pedal off. So the pedal dancing is over. I mean, you might want delays and modulations and reverbs and things like this, but you really don't need anything else. It's the experience of playing through a really good guitar amp. At this point, I'm most known for my organ products because the same three-stage preamp technology goes into these. The tall and fat makes the sound of an AO28 Hammond preamp, which is a sound that's mostly missing from clone wheel organs. The clone wheel organs tend to be very crisp and digital sounding, and they get very spiky at the top end and harsh on the ears. So this will provide some compression and second order harmonics. It smooths that out, the spikiness out, and Jim Alfredson described it as providing the glue to hold it all together better. But the best thing about it is that when you advance the gain on the volume pedal on an organ, the AO28 preamp starts to break up. Well, these good players begin to use that breakup point as an important part of their technique and their dynamics, all missing from the organs they sell nowadays. With this, what you can do is advance that drive control. Since it goes from perfectly clean to overdriven, you set this to where it breaks up exactly where you want it to break up for your style. And now the guy who plays a B3 can do a side gig with a clone wheel organ and not have to sacrifice his technique. The organ grinder gives us the John Lord sound, and I can go do everything from Greg Raleigh to John Lord to Canterbury with this pedal, and they're very clear and transparent while being fat. Now we're going to look at an example of one of my guitar pedals. These pedals, they're staged differently, and you get the sound, for example, Amp Rescue, almost like a basement sound, but it's very chimey. The toy robot is used by some blues players to get some really good pre-staging. The tall and fat I've recently discovered as a great guitar pedal because it gives you that glassy clean like a boutique amp. The Nigel is my has more of a Marshall Plexi kind of dynamic, but all of these can be played clean or crunchy or saturated without really twirling a knob, and I'm going to demonstrate that. So right now we've got just a clean sound on the guitar amp. When I gauge the Nigel at roughly half the drive range, I can still play clean. But the nice thing about this is without ever touching the pedal, I can get nice clean drive available than that, but you could kind of do a gig with this from going from clean to driven and go on and play your solo. lot like your guitar amp. You can put this in front of any amp, and basically your playing dynamics are provided by the pedal, and then your amp basically makes it loud. Pedals products are available at a lot of retailers, Musician's Friend, Riff City, Music 123, Woodwind and Brasswind, and they can be bought through our distributor MJP Sales, and they retail for $199.